Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League and got an interesting team to feature. We're going to be using the Shadow Gliscor paired with the Shadow Electivire and the Morpeko on the back. So let's try it out. We're going to go into the Electivire and we get swamped into the Dunsparce. Dunsparce is going to be able to get to a move, but before that happens, we grab a shield. And we decided that we think that we can just get to multiple moves. This is going to get some really big damage, or it's going to get the shield. And looks like we get to another wild charge here. And it doesn't quite KO, but we get the ensuing farm down. So we have taken the switch and we have a shield advantage. This Gudra is still difficult to deal with, but we are going to switch in. And now we have the Wiggly to deal with. The Wiggly is chunking away at this Gliscor. We have to shield here because we have to get to this move. Our opponent is able to get a couple more charms in, but before we get taken out, we go for the Earthquake. We go for this Arrow Ace to chip away at the health. And now we have to hope that we can survive one move from this Gudra. Thunder Punch is used, not effective. We have to go for the Aura Wheel. It's a resistant move, but it's as good as it's going to get. And down goes the Gudra. So GG's to our opponent. Able to win that game with the double electric in the back. Gudra is a pretty decent pick for Great Leagues. It's just a really good generalist. Obviously don't want to see the fairies, but other than that, has a lot of play to a lot of stuff. Okay, we got the core of Shadow Gliscor and the Morpeko. That's like the main idea. And then the Electivire is just there to grab some shields. So here we're going to have to stay in, as this is probably our best matchup for now. We are going to fire off the Earthquake. Let's see, the shield. No shield. So that gives us an opportunity to potentially farm down. Rock Slide is used. We can survive that. And we're banking on another Rock Slide. So we swap out into the Electivire. And now we see the Talonflame. So Talonflame has to shield here or it's going to get KO'd. So this is a guaranteed shield. Still difficult to deal with as this Talonflame has energy. Luckily, we are able to get to this Arrow Ace. This Arrow Ace will get shielded as well. And we're trying to switch out of there, but unable to swap out until they get the farm down. We let the first one go and they reveal Flame Charge. So now we have to shield here. Now that they don't have the flying moves, we're going to have to go for the Psychic Fang. It doesn't quite KO, but our ensuing Thunderstrucks do. And now we have our Aura Wheel Dark version. It does KO, but the Dunsparce is still lurking in the back to clean up. So I don't know what else we could have done there. We tried our best to come back from that situation, but unfortunately just too much bulk on that Dunsparce. Really good lead here. Interesting that they're staying in. Our opponent is throwing... Oh, okay, interesting. Acid Spray Clogsire into the Gliscor. We're just going to go for the Earthquake, and our opponent looks like they were ABA weak to it. And now we have the Electivire versus the Morpeko. This Morpeko goes for the Psychic Fang base, so nice job by our opponent. We're going to go for the Wild Charge. Let's see if they're going to get the shield or is going to get the KO. Probably. And then we're going to go for this Ice Punch here, and we do grab that shield. So we're just going to decide to let this go here because our Gliscor is still relatively healthy, and we think we can survive one of these. They go for another Psychic Fang, which is not enough to take us out, and now we have exactly what we want, the Morpeko. Morpeko versus the Skeleton, favorable for us. And they reveal Bubble Beam Jellicent. So that Bubble Beam debuffs us, but we're going to get that boost right back. Oreo takes it out easily, and our opponent GG quits because we still have a shield, and our own Morpeko was, I think, had a little bit of energy advantage. All right, next we got the Shadow Gliscor versus the Grumpig. Okay, this is an interesting lead here. We're just going to swap out and see what happens. The Shadow Electivire gets the move, and our opponent does invest the shield. So, drop well done by the Electivire already. We are going to shield because we think this energy is going to go pretty valuable, and they decide to stay in. So we're just going to go for another wild charge here, and just like that, we have taken out the Grumpig. Grumpig probably was not going to do well with our team anyways, because we did have that Morpeko. So we got the Credili with the Raccoon, unfortunately, and it looks like they tried to catch the move, but we were able to swap out. Now we have the Morpeko onto the Lapras, and this is favorable for us. We go for the Aura Wheel. They get KO'd, and now we have to deal with this Credili. First move is the Raccoon. We survive it, and now we get to this Aura Wheel Dark version. This is going to deal some significant damage. Almost KOs, but that just shows you how tanky the Credili is. Able to tank a boosted Aura Wheel, and we force energy from the Credili, and we get a farm down with the Gliscor. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, mainly because the Gliscor cleaned up, but also the Electivire grabbed some shields early and often. Pretty good lead here. Definitely don't want to see this in the back. They're staying in, and is there a chance they're running Stone Edge? We're just going to let it go. They decided to go for the Psychic Fang, and now they reveal Altaria. Altaria, pretty bulky dragon, but luckily the Electivire does have the Ice Punch ability, and it looks like this Ice Punch was so good that the non-stab Ice Punch takes out not only the Altaria, but it gets a shield from this Nido Queen. We had to shield there because they had so much energy. They go for the Poison Fang bait, which is fine because we get to this Arrow Ace, take out the Nido, and now we have a really sticky situation. Morpeko versus the Swampert, typing wise, not favorable, but this Morpeko has a lot of spam opportunity. We do shield here so that we can get to another move, and it looks like we do get to this Aura Wheel for the KO. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.